Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Consulting, coming to you today with the next session in understanding psychological engineering. And these sessions, we're just going to back off the other session. So we're going to just run them. One session leads into the other, leads into the other. This is the most effective way we can sort of explain complex ideas. We break them down into individual components, but we show the linking to them. So yesterday I shared with you a practice that I created for basically altering the hierarchy of meaning for your name to be, when you hear your name, the associated meaning is I love you, and then the associated emotional response and memory is the memory of the sum total of love that you have felt and experienced within this life. Now, psychological engineering, we can take this exact same process and now we can alter negative behavioral triggers to now be a source of empowerment or a source of positivity. So if we think about it like this, okay, we have the psychological structure and then the hierarchy of meaning. So should I want to alter behaviors, and let's say people emotionally manipulate me. This was one that I used to have, that I was easily emotionally manipulated. And the thing is that if you could trigger my emotions, you could trigger behavioral patterns of anger, rage, frustration, competition, and sort of get me in that state of mind or state of being. So we understand emotional manipulation is the trigger. So emotional manipulation, like manipulation isn't a bad word. Manipulation just means to alter. Do you sort of get it? To change. So I can positively, emotionally manipulate you when you're feeling down I can convince you that you're feeling happy. Do you sort of get it? I can manipulate your emotions by hugging you. I can, so we're just talking about manipulating emotions as being someone else using behavior, language, or experience to alter your emotional state, okay, intentionally. Do you sort of get it? So the negative emotional manipulation could be gaslighting, that I could remind you of all of your small insecurities that weigh on you. Like one of mine, and an easy one, is honor. If you can convince me that I have dishonored myself, like I am easily manipulated. Do you sort of get it? Not anymore, but I used to be. Another one could be if I think I've hurt you. Do you sort of get it? Many different things like that. So an important thing that I had to realize, and in this practice, what I realized was that what we are trying to do is not know when other people, well, not so much that, but we're not trying to control other people so that they cannot manipulate us. We become hyper focused on emotional shifts and understanding language. Do you sort of get it? So if I understand different triggers, like I tend to become frustrated quite easily. I can become frustrated if you know the right buttons to push. So I need to understand those buttons psychologically, the psychological structure of what are the language patterns, what are the narratives, what are the sort of points in which you can override, because this is what emotional manipulation is. You're simply overriding someone out of their conscious mind into their unconscious mind. Now, understand this. I know so much about it because I used to use these tactics. It's how I could win in arguments. It's how I could dominate and compete with other people, because I didn't have to beat them. I only had to make them question their conscious thought or their belief, and then I would shift them into a state of fear. Do you sort of get it? And then in that state of fear, I would then be able to malleably control them. So it's quite useful in a low vibrational sense to when I would have competition with other men. Should I make you feel insecure about my unpredictability in any situation, you don't feel confident to understand what's going to happen. Do you sort of get it? I don't ever have to threaten you. I just have to start becoming unpredictable, because the more unpredictable I become, the more you have to try and overanalyze, the more fear. Uncertainty causes fear, a fear response, and that's how you're able to use uncertainty. The government use it, the media use it. You use uncertainty like if I was doing sales and I was trying to emotionally manipulate you into buying, fear and uncertainty is what I use, because if I can get you into fear and uncertainty, I can now link my product with your fear, no matter how outlandish, because emotions don't have logic or reason. So in an argument, if I can make you emotional, I win, because you lose your higher capacities for logic and reason. And now all I have to do is box you in. Do you sort of get it? So we start to understand emotional manipulation is when someone is trying to take me from being cognizant, conscious about the situation, and put me into a fear response or into an emotional state, either positive or negative. Do you know what I mean? So like, think about it like this. In a positive sense, movies emotionally manipulate you because they take you into your emotions. Romantic movies, war movies, like whatever it is. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's very important to understand this, because it's like, it's not that this behavior is negative, but if I am unconscious about this behavior, I am easily malleable, easily manipulated, because I am unaware of when I shift from my conscious mind to my unconscious mind. Have you ever noticed how you become angry, but you don't realize you're angry until after, and you've already blown up? That's because when you're in your unconscious mind, you don't have conscious awareness of your conscious mind. You know what's happening, you're aware of what's happening, but you can't stop it because it's outside of your control. Unconscious mind is outside of your control. So what we do in this practice is we are identifying the shift in emotion. So when my emotions are being pulled without my direction. Okay, so we understand certain language and triggers will get us that. So like, one might be, you hurt me. If you say to me that you hurt me, I'm going to start feeling very regretful and remorseful. Do you sort of get it? So like, if someone were to say I hurt them when I didn't do anything to them, do you sort of get it? Now they're shifting me into this feeling of feeling sorry for myself and remorseful for actions that I have not taken. Do you sort of get it? This is sort of like how gaslighting works. It can work many different ways, but this is one way. So if I understand that, what I need to do is I need to redefine the hierarchy of meaning to what is the meaning of someone saying to me that I hurt them. Do you sort of get it? Is it that I just instantly go into the emotional state of feeling remorse because someone has said I hurt them? Or do I analyze the situation, analyze my actions? Do I put stops and measures in? So an important thing for this practice is that for trigger words that you have, they equal an automatic shutdown. So should someone say that I hurt them, my emotions shut down. They become blocked off, and now I'm analysing the situation, and if I have hurt them, the correct action will be taken. Do you sort of get it? So what we're doing is we're altering the hierarchy of meaning for the psychological structure. Now you can do it to specific words, or you can do it to feelings and sensations. It's much harder with feelings and sensations because you first must become consciously aware of your unconscious mind, your thoughts and emotions. And this takes a very, very lot of practice, but it's not difficult. It's just it takes thousands upon thousands upon thousands of interactions. So the easiest way is to identify negative language that leads to you becoming emotional, and then those negative languages, you reconstitute the hierarchy of meaning to mean emotions shut down, okay, emotions are blocked, and now analysis happens. Do you sort of get it? So my hierarchy of meaning is that I have to determine, is this true? Did I hurt someone? Were my actions in alignment with who I want to be in this life? Am I, did I act outside of my alignment to my actions? Like, I need to look at my actions, look at the situation, and then I determine if the emotional response is correct, and I determine what emotional response it is. Do you sort of get it? So that I'm not becoming defensive because someone said I hurt them, so I become insecure and start arguing that I didn't hurt them, I didn't say this. I take a breath, I put in a block there. So trigger word, and I'm just reassociating the meaning. Okay, so if I hurt someone, and we use language patterns for these ones. So a language pattern is just a sentence, it's a structure of language. So for these ones, we're redefining the meaning around the language. So, should I hurt someone? I look at my actions. I take accountability for my position. Do you sort of get it? And we re-ingrain this. And then we in every situation, this is why this practice is a bit harder, we have to shut it down manually. So this is behavioral conditioning. So the emotional state in the beginning, I can change the language, but the emotions are unconscious. So I need to be in situation after situation after situation until I spot the emotional trigger points. And when I spot them, I'm able to alter that behavior. So you could think of it as I'm talking to someone, should I realize that I'm arguing, that I'm trying to win, that I'm trying to dominate, I pull back. I'm not going to be perfect in the first time, the second time, the third time. But if I'm consciously aware of it and I have an intention to alter that behavior, I will eventually start picking up on the shifts where I go from communicating to sort of yelling or arguing or sort of trying to dominate someone else. Do you sort of get it? Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in a conversation with me, I'm a pretty dominant presence. Do you sort of get it? Because I have a lot of knowledge, but I also have a very, very dominant personality. So if I'm unconscious, I tend to dominate people into my will. And this was something that I never liked feeling. It always made me feel like I was forcing other people to believe me, because I believe so real, so true. So if you start to understand psychological engineering, you will start to understand that it is not just one aspect or dimension of the mind, of the body, of consciousness. You know what I mean? It's everything. We can use one practice in 1,000 different ways, or we can create 1,000 different ways to do one practice. It all exists simultaneously, because psychological engineering is engineering the potential within you